It gets out of it eventually, but it's almost like it's kind of seems like a thing. Yeah.
So what you got going on here now?
Oil pump install. Oh my god, a lot of that came out so fast. So, oil pump gasket. Try not to use too much silicone. Unlike me, I'm a silicone queen.
Literally.
I think silicone solves everything. It really does.
It's done well for you this far.
Yeah. Flex seal it.
Oil leaks, flex seal.
Works. I looped up the wrong side. Anyways. Yeah, we'll just come down here. Try not to get it on my pajamas. Yeah, that's right. I wake up and I just work.
But no, I'm gonna say it now knowing that they need me that bad.
So it's oil pump, and type of oil pump is a gear drive oil pump, not a flux capacitor, you know.
Flux capacitor. Trying to go back to the future.
That's what everybody's saying. Any of you watch this, you got an 8.6, just if you ever get asked if it's a DeLorean, leave a comment.
How many times have you ran through that experience so far?
Too many.
Too many?
Had parts delivered. The guy asked me if this was a car from Back to the Future. I said he should run back to his truck. So once you got it on, your finger, blend it in. It's not going to be pretty at first. You can always clean that off. You just want it to seal. I mean, it is your oil pump. That is going on. Some of you are cringing right now. Some of you are telling me I need more. If you get any in the castings, obviously do your best to clean it off. But if you don't, and you ever disassemble your engine, most likely it's still going to be there, or it's going to be right on your pickup tube.
It's almost time for a test ride, but before we can do that, we've got to get everything finished.
So if you look at your oil pump, it has slots in it. So most likely you can use something, a socket or something, to turn this gear drive to clock it right. Or you just do your best not to screw it up. And you can also use the crank to line it up. You can take the purple off. So we turn it over.
Good.
So apparently I didn't need silicone in certain spots. It's okay, we can clear that off later. So just want to push it on before you seal it. So I got my trusty boy blue here, and dang, I was looking for the 10 milli all this time, and these are all 12s. Goddamn Toyota.
Deeper, shallow, shorter. God, I fucking made that sound.
That you haven't had blue long enough to.
I've had blue long enough to know it breaks bolts. And I'm not even kidding, I've broken bolts with blue already.
Look at that. We're at a full battery, okay? And I'm on setting 3. I mean, it'll make you feel more comfortable at that too, but I've had blue for forever. You just gotta know. Just 1, 2, 3. Be quick about it. Don't hold it. You don't need all them uggies. How do all these go to oil pump?
Number 5 is the problem. This one's good. I found a bunch of debris in the car, and in order to remedy that situation, I had to put a shock here and suck on the gas. Just make sure that there's no debris in there and fill it back up with gas. And open the
I just didn't trust it.
I found it all out. Really good. There's one final step. Normally, when you install spark plugs in the car, you have to recommend a spark plug
one more.
cap. And it's right
Where you
here.
at? There you are.
This fires, you have a little spark inside, and that's called a kernel. Because this car has a 50-year-old
Alright. So, now you got that torque down. While this is wet, would be the time you would want to clean up that excess silicone. I'm going to paint this whole block once all the accessories are on. That way we're not painting over a gasket surface. So, I am actually going to try to, I'm not going to remove the silicone, I'm just going to try to blend it so that it still has a nice sealing purpose, or surface, sorry, but doesn't look all crazy. So, just take a little flathead.
Much snappier than
And those of you who have done baseboards and stuff probably understand this little trick. You know, take it, butt it up against the block, and just go lightly. Just go lightly. Now you're getting that sealing, and looks better in my opinion. And you just take it, wipe it on your glove.
No misfire, plenty of power, that's exactly what we're looking for. This doesn't like civilized driving at all.
So if you look closely on there, and I'm gonna use my pinky to blend that, I still have silicone, a thin layer right between the gasket and the oil pump. Some of you are like, oh, that's way too much work, you don't need to do that, just leave it be. You're right. And most likely, that's what I would do. So I'm trying to show you guys just different ways you can do it. And if you want it just to look that nice, you know, that's up to you. If you want to leave it as a goop, that's up to you. You know, it's your build, it's what you want.
This car's come a long way since we first received it. Terrible spoiler.
So, this is a oil pickup tube. You see mine's a little dirty, even after I cleaned it. It's covered in glitter.
Let's see if I can get that glitter.
Yeah, glitter everywhere. Everywhere, it's in my bed. Anyways, I got my little parts cleaner over here, degreaser and water. Still glitter. Oh, I got glitter in the water. Jesus. Alright, so first oil change is going to be full of sparkles. Just kidding, I'm going to try to get most of that out. Alright guys, so on these pickup tubes, you see a lot of guys in forums asking, can I use silicone? And as much as I like to use silicone, your pickup tube is not the place to use it. You can use it on your oil pump and whatnot, as long as you don't get it within the gear drive or on your pressure pickup, whatever they want to call it, your pressure relief valve. Yeah, always use the OEM gasket or whatever you can get. So oil pickup tube, you always want to use. Yeah. Okay.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
And I make my mountain again.
Okay, you make your mountain.
It's actually sinking.
Yeah.
Sand.
It's sand. Yeah.
Sinking.
Tell everybody you say hi.
Huh? Hi.
That's my son rather. So pickup tubes. You know, you can use silicone for your oil pump as long as you don't get it on your pressure relief valve or in the gear drive. So, you know, obviously you don't want to get it within the gear drive, okay? Always want to use your OEM specified gasket. Never, ever use silicone for your pickup tube. You know, you get those garage guys, you know, yeah, I encourage you guys to, you know, do this stuff by yourself. Learn and do it. That's why we're showing you or assisting you. But yeah, a lot of garage guys, they'll try to save money and they'll silicone it. Don't do that. Listen now, save yourself some trouble later. You get that up in there in your pickup tube, you know, you're gonna lose oil pressure, and then you're gonna be like, well, I just rebuilt it. Why is it not working? So
no silicone, no silicone.
Exactly. All right, so this block has a splash pad or girdle. Some will call them a splash pad for diverting oil back up. When the crank spins and rotates, it's going to fling oil. It's going to fling it on that girdle or splash pad, and it's going to eventually make its way back up. So before we put this oil pump on, we're going to seal that splash pad right there. Okay. Put it on there with glitter. With glitter on everything.
Jesus.
Oh goodness.
It is a glitter type of day today.
So much for having a clean room. He said engines need to be built in a clean room, and that's a room where you do your cleaning. You clean every part before it goes on, and then you clean it again. Oh my god, there's glitter everywhere. Jesus.
Well, good thing we have oil filters.
Yeah, good thing we have oil filters. Good thing they're not metal flakes. I couldn't afford those. It's glitter, guys, it's glitter. Alright, so before you put your splash pad on, or girdle, like I said, concave side is going to go down towards the crank, or facing up. And like I said, when those journals, or sorry, balancers, they fling that oil, and it's going to catch up in here, and eventually it's just going to make its way back up. It's just going to keep on flinging itself everywhere. So we're going to get our silicone. Boy. Yeah, we're going to do it on the part this time. Two things I really go thick with silicone on is rear main seals and oil pans. Because it's like the most common oil leak I have on everything I've ever owned. And it's usually my fault because I don't use enough silicone. There we go. Alright, so now that we got that on,
Feels really good, man. Feels really good.
tap it down. Also, before you put these back on, I already did it. Usually when you're disassembling your engine in your garage, you like to use screwdrivers and pry bars, and you know, you're not going to say it on camera or in front of somebody that you see at the car show, but you beat the crap out of that oil pan. Go see mom. So make sure before you put everything back together, okay, you straighten out those lips. Get everything cleaned off the oil pan. That's going to help you not have leaks. Got your splash pan on, your girdle, whatever it is. Now we got your pickup tube gasket. Again, not using any gasket maker, just using the gasket here. Any kind of gasket maker that gets up in there, it's gonna cause oil pressure issues. So, got that there. Down here in my bolt pile. So, right here. Right here. And again, you want to clean this out. Let it soak in a degreaser for however long the engine is going to be on the stand for. And it's always good to just have this thing as clean as possible.
So it's a compromise between trying to get it to
Washing it in compressed air is the best way to get it clean. And just try not to get too much glitter in it. Alright, got blue. I'm sure there's a torch spec for it. We're using Guten type, BMW technicians here. Oh, that one was already down there. There we go.
critical area as far as aesthetics are concerned. Again, straight PC on the front. There's all CDs.
You're brave soul.
I know the gun. It's my boy Blue. Alright, so we got a little bit of peace and quiet. Oil pan's about to come on next. Again, get it the lips as straight as possible. You know, using a 2x4 and a hammer on a flat surface is how I did mine. Cool little upgrade for your oil pan that you can always do. Obviously, you can get an oversized oil pan. Increase the volume, the capacity of your engine. Good for guys who like them corners. Good for guys who like to do grip rather than drift. It's a cheap alternative to like a dry sump or something like that. Obviously, dry sump's best. Another cool upgrade you can do on your oil pan is go stud conversion. This uses traditional little nuts and bolts and screws. It has two studs to help you align the pan. But if you got a really beat up pan and you don't want to get a new one, you get those studs and it'll help get that pan in all the right places. So I'm gonna go get the pan, wipe it down, and then put some silicone on it and seal it. Cool little way to stay organized. A lot of you guys probably already know this, but I'm gonna throw it out anyways for anybody who's not implemented it. I like to oil every part that I take apart. I like to label it, bag it and tag it. Yeah, oil pan. It was as easy as that. I go to my little container over there, find the bag that says oil pan. It's that easy. Still got to remember where they go.